Good morning. It's the Doughboy Mornings. No, I said it right. I said it wrong. It's the Morning Cup of Dough morning show. My bad. Morning Cup of Dough morning show. Let me get myself together over there. Okay. I'm gonna let everybody join in. Let it get let everybody file into the seats. We got a lot to talk about. Oh, the culture got to have a conversation today. Culture has to have a conversation today. All right. We're gonna talk about this. Give everybody about 5 to 7 minutes to kind of join in and have a seat. It's the Friday edition, the first Friday episode of Morning Cup of Dough. Feel like something special should happen on Friday. Top of the top. You was talking about me yesterday, Tucky. I hope it was good things that was being said, brother. Got to catch up with you next time you're in LA, sir. Everybody join in. YouTube, hop in here. Morning. Instagram, hop up in here. We're going to talk about it. For sure, my boy. We're going to chop it up, my guy. Matter of fact, hit my phone. Let's hop on a phone call, Tuck. I got a lot to talk about today. I have some very, very, very strong opinions for some things that happened. Yes, that's some very, very strong opinions. Some very, very strong opinions. The culture let me down, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna tell you why. Good morning, everybody. If you woke up, if you are hearing the sound of my voice, if you can see my face, you made it to another day. You should be waking up. You should be stretching like, ooh, life. I'm alive today. I get to have another 24 hours to do what I'm gonna do. Ooh, that's how you should feel. I could go get that workout in a day. I could do good at my job. I could do another step towards following my vision. That's how y'all should be waking up. Should be excited. You know what I'm saying? That's all the Morning Cup of Dough is here to do. I'm gonna let y'all, we're gonna chop it up about some stuff, what's going on in the world while y'all are headed to work, headed out to be the best versions of yourselves. But you know what I'm saying? This is a day that the Lord has made. Yes. And you are in it. Breathe it in. Be positive today. Be powerful today. Be intentional today. And it's Friday. So we're gonna talk about some stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, my goal with the Morning Cup of Dough morning show is just to get y'all ready for y'all day. You understand? I like that. Chase Dub with the cups. Texas is in the house. Loyalty is love. I see you. The Ken man said, hugged my son extra long before I left for work today. Making that OT work, making that OT worth it. I love that. I love that. Let your son know he's a young king. And then go out and get to that money. And salute to you for doing overtime. You understand? You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you just did the mandatory or the what's required. You said, no, I want more because I want more for myself. I want more for my family. I want more for my son. I salute that. I've plenty of times I've worked overtimes to get to that paper. So you know what I'm saying? I respect that. I salute that. We got about 5 more minutes. Let everybody get in. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about KEVIN Samuels. We're gonna get into it, and we're gonna talk to how the culture reacted. Okay. I got a full docket for y'all today. You see this? I got a full page of stuff to talk about today. I'm telling you, the Morning Cup of Dough is already starting to matriculate into something that I like. You understand me? You understand that? YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. And Instagram, I'm gonna need y'all to start getting ready to move over to YouTube because I'm gonna start running this really through YouTube. I am Doughboy TV. IAMDOBOY TV. Just not Becky said. I hope you're good though. Oh, I'm amazing. I am amazing. God is great. A lot of big things happening. But more importantly, I'm awoke and I'm here for another day. So that's always a good start. Hey, it's raining. Ken said, and we here for every domance. Okay, I'll take domance. Okay. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. We got about how many more minutes? About 4 more minutes, just because I just want enough people to get in, just so we can start our conversation, and I ain't got to circle back and be like, "Oh, we're talking about me, 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 me." No, I want y'all to hear the whole conversation. It is Friday. The weekend is here. Mother's Day weekend. I hope that everybody here, if your mother is still here with you, or your mother figure is here still with you, and you have the chance to go let her know how much you love her, do that today. You understand that? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. All the mothers. It is, y'all keep the world going. Y'all keep, I know that the man, drops the seed, if you will. But women, y'all have to birth that seed inside. You got to bring it to life. You know what I'm saying? You got to manifest so much just to even bring a child into the world. So anybody strong enough to bring life into the world, we salute you. We salute all of our queens that are mothers. You guys deserve to be celebrated in every single way. You know what I mean? So, fellas, you know what I'm saying? I want you to not only, be reaching out to your mama, but reach out to your child's mother. Let's stop calling them our baby mothers, our baby mothers. Reach out to the mother of your child or children and appreciate her. Whatever issues y'all may have going back and forth, all right, let it go for that day. So salute to all the mothers. All right, we can ready to start this in about, let me see, we'll give it 2 more minutes. About 2 more minutes. Somebody said, loyalty is love. Said, your handwriting worse than mine. Listen, I get it. Sometimes I can barely read it. And when I get excited and I start writing, like if I'm writing a verse, it's chicken scratch. So I've always had terrible penmanship. All right, I think we got enough people in here. So let's get it. Let's get it, okay? Good morning. Welcome to episode 4 of, somebody says, let me see, Deanna Holmes 472. How do you comment on YouTube? It's a live chat on the side. Just go to the live chat. Okay, it's episode 4 of Morning Cup of Dough Morning Show. And we're going to start it off with saying rest in peace to KEVIN Samuels. Okay. If you guys don't know who KEVIN Samuels is, he kind of rose to fame during the pandemic. That's when I first saw him. He may have been doing some stuff before then, but that's kind of like when he became really, really popular. He was a self-made relationship advice giver. I don't know how, to really kind of say exactly what he was. Hold on one second. Let me pull up the thing and see if it. All right, hold on. Oops, sorry guys. All right, one moment. Okay, so he kind of made his claim to fame. He would go live with women and kind of just give his raw, honest opinion. Right? He'd be like, "Yo, you're not a dime. What do you really bring to the table?" And he really challenged women. And he trust me, he was very blunt. He was very blunt. He spoke how he felt. Like he felt like a woman had 3, 4 kids and she shouldn't be expecting no 10 of a man because that doesn't register on the level as a. So was he saying some things to ruffle some feathers? Sure. Okay, I get that. He passed away yesterday at the age of 56 due to cardiac arrest, and that more details of his last moments are coming out. But yeah, so I want to just say, first of all, rest in peace to that young guy. It's just sad, and like I said, like so when I'm talking to you guys and saying good, morning cup of dough, and I'm saying just when you wake up, rejoice in that, be happy, in that because Kevin Samuels woke up yesterday. He's not waking up today. You know what I'm saying? So understand that life is a gift. You know what I'm saying? Like understand that this is this is your, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody doesn't get this. And this could be a perfect example. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to this man. Condolences to his family. But you know what I'm saying? Life is, we got to stop acting like life is just endless and we just get to do it forever. No. So that's that. So that's the first layer that I wanted to address. Rest in peace to that man. Um, condolences to his family, and just sending healing energy to to that family because I mean that's tough whenever you lose somebody. Okay, so that's the first layer of what I want to um, to say. The second thing is I think Twitter, Black Twitter, you know, really is starting to expose how dark some people are on the inside. When I went to Twitter yesterday to see that this man had lost his life, I mean, I just, when anybody loses their life, like I'm genuinely, saddened by it. Like, damn, or especially if they're like a celebrity or if I know something, if I know what they do, and to be honest, I was a fan of Kevin Samuels. I wasn't always in agreement with what he said, but I was a fan that he religiously spoke his truth. And however he felt, he said it. And I feel like that is a gift because in a world that we live in, everybody bites their tongue. Everybody is scared to say how they really, really feel about, what I'm saying, about how it is. You see what I'm saying? So hold on a second. I like that. I like people that can speak in their truth, stand in their truth. I love that. When I went on Twitter, there was a bunch, and I'm talking about between 80 and 90,000 tweets of people celebrating his death. They were celebrating it, women and men alike. You know what I'm saying? And that was just like I was just really looking at like who raised y'all? I'm talking about people saying, and I'm not gonna even because when I was getting ready for the show this morning, I was like, well, let me get some of these tweets so I can read them. No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't even want to repeat some of the things that people were saying. But what? And Twitter, I think that's what Twitter does. It exposes how dark some people are. When did we celebrate people dying? Like even if you didn't agree with how they lived, unless they were working like running around harming people, killing people, why would you celebrate someone's death? And in this situation, this was a black man, a self-made black man, and he created his own empire. Trust me, I know how difficult it is to create engaging content that people will always like. He had, made it so this is what his job was. You know what I'm saying? That was somebody's son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was, somebody's family member. And people were really saying some of the most awful things and like being happy that this man passed away. And this is the thing that I'm saying about it as well. When, all the man did was give his opinion. And the women that he, because I seen, what I'm saying, am I seeing people celebrate? Some Missy Miss says, am I seeing people celebrating? Go to Twitter and just look under Kevin Samuels. You'll see a bunch of people celebrating. You got to also understand the women that he was saying these things about or to would go to his platform willingly and get on live with him and say, "Tell me what you think about me." And he would not hold back. He would simply say, "Hey, this is how I feel about you." He would ask some questions. They would have a dialogue. This is what I think. Da 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 da. Da. He would give his opinion, and because his opinion ruffled some feathers, people celebrated his death. And that, to me, as the culture, I just feel. And when I say the culture, I just mean, Black people. That's what I'm talking about, the culture. Like, that's just a bad look. Like, when did we celebrate? When did we start celebrating death? I come from an era where it was like, you respect the dead. However a person lived, you might not like it. You might think they just wasn't the coolest person, da 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 da. But once they pass away, they no longer can defend themselves. They no longer can go back and forth with, about what kind of life they live. It's over for them. They've transitioned to, the next level, of whatever happens after life. And I just, and I'm like, are Black people the only people that do this? And I'm not saying other cultures don't celebrate when people die. I just don't see it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see, other celebrities die and then people start chiming in like, oh, this is great. And it's embarrassing. It's like, what are we doing? Like, why? Why you so mad at what somebody said when they were alive? And that's the thing that I'm saying. Like, if this guy was proven to be a terrible person, then maybe I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, if he's just walking around shooting people or just whatever, I might be like, oh, okay. But the man, he was a Black man who created a platform for, obviously, people wanted to hear him because and then that became the narrative. Oh, well, he was always criticizing Black women and criticizing fat women and this, and the third. Then, if you don't prefer that content, don't tune into to it. Doesn't mean you got to celebrate when a guy dies. What is wrong? I genuinely was watching this. Like, what am I seeing right now? What is this? And why do people think it's okay? I just, and as the culture, I just feel like we got to do better because it's not only, do I see that? Like, I hear it with rappers now. Now, when a rapper's died, like when a rapper's op, you know what I mean, or if there's a rapper that they don't like, if they die, they'll talk about smoking on a such and such pack, and then they'll diss and talk about it. That, like, that to me, I don't know how to explain it, but it's scary that people do it. It shows a lack for human life and people's relatives, and it's just dark. Like, who, and that's a Black man. I don't care if you don't like what he says. I genuinely don't care. That I don't. I'm not here to say, well, you should have been a Kevin Samuel's follower. You should like this stuff. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying when somebody loses their life, if you don't have anything positive to say about that person, shut the fuck up. How maybe that isn't a better way to say things. Shut up. Not your turn to talk right now. You maybe just be like, or maybe that's just maybe as you're typing that tweet, you just be like, all right. You ain't always got to say every thought that comes to your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just let me get into some of these comments. I see y'all, the comments are blowing up, and shout out to YouTube. We had 106 people in the mix. We 55 people over here. That's what I'm talking about. We are building this thing organically. I love it. So Jacob says everybody is a bunch of followers. When people like you, they all content based on his opinions. So I don't know, man. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Somebody said that we're buffering. Are we buffering over here? Uh-oh. Please don't tell me I gotta restart this. Look at the sunlight and the rays over here. Is it bad over here? I gotta start it over. All right, hold on. Let me see. Hold on one second. All right, I'm gonna give this a second and let me know. Hold on, guys, over here, because everybody says it's buffering over here. Is buffering? Let me see. Let me just check. Hold on. Let me see if I gotta start this over. I don't want to. Let me see if I have to. Give me one second. We're in these digital streets. All right, hold on one second. All right, give me one second. I'm just checking the system, so I'm pulling up another page to see. Oh, damn. Well, I think I'm good. Let's see. I think we're good. Okay. So YouTube, give me a thumbs up if we're good. Yeah, that must be the government trying to shut me down. I start talking some real shit. And all right, hold on 1 second. They say it's good now. Okay, cool, cool. I'm glad. I didn't want to start this over. All right, so let me hear what some people are over here saying. All right, because Instagram has something to say. Okay, so Loveazor says, so while I personally have said nothing, I understand why people are saying bad things about him. Let's all keep in mind how he chose to live. Our lives will be how we are remembered. So how did he live? He lived as a guy that was giving his opinion about women and relationships. So you understand that he should be disrespected in the fact that he died? Okay. Just not Becky says, no, we don't look good. We don't look bad as black people. White people do the same. Jimmy Savile, Maggie Thatcher. I don't know who either of those two people are, and I've never seen any white people on Twitter rejoicing that they died. I'm not saying that they didn't. Malik says these folks are sick in the head. That's how I feel. Because I feel like if you can have negative, ill things to say about somebody who has just I don't know if I like how those. Should I close it? Does that look weird? Give me 2 seconds. Let me change this. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, that's better. I didn't like that. I was like, looked weird. You guys like the lighting? Did it feel like it was bringing in the energy and the? I think I like this a little bit better. Or do y'all want it back the other way? It was poetic. Okay, I'll turn it back. All right, we're gonna go with the poetic vibes. Yeah, I guess it's kind of cool. Okay. Okay. Aaron Herman says, right, wrong, or indifferent. He was giving people advice to people asking for it. Thank you. Hold on. Is this making me? No, wait, hold on. There we go. Okay, there we go. Let's get the lighting right, though. Okay. Wrong, right, or indifferent. He was simply giving his opinion to people that asked for it. I don't like how this makes. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. No, hold on. Hold on. Again, everything is going wrong. Okay, hold on. Like, stay. Okay. Greater Good says, why do we always feel that we should hold people in a good light after they die? He was a very mean person when he was alive. Why do we have to speak only good things in his death? I'm glad that you said that. You don't have to speak good things in his death. But I just feel like it's disrespectful AF to talk bad about somebody that has passed away. Hold on, this lighting is starting to bother me now. Come on, you're ruining the morning cup. Are we good lighting over here? Yeah? Okay. You don't have to speak good, but why would you celebrate a death? That's my thing. Why celebrate someone dying? Like, if you don't have anything to say, if you think the guy was just, whatever individual, cool, just don't say nothing. Hey, man, that dude's dead. You ain't even got to say rest in peace if that's what you. But what did he say that was so terrible? Okay, I'm this light. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna have to kill it because I think it's conflicting lights that's doing this. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah, I think it was the conflicting lights, guys. I think two lights makes it weird. Okay, sorry. Um, Somebody said that's the Western FIFO mentality. That's why they celebrate. What? I can't ever sign on. I mean, unless the person just was living in a way foul and killing but I can't. That's just weird to me. That's just weird to me. Who watching says, "Phew, fam must have pissed off a lot of people. I ain't seen them go this hard after someone passes." This I've never seen anything like it. Why? Because this man was saying something that you had the right to not listen to. They act as if he was showing up to people's house, kicking down the door, saying, "Shut up, let me, hey, ho, da 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 da." You do know if you don't like someone's content, you don't have to pay attention to it, right? Like let's just speak the facts and be real about what it is. Like if you don't like somebody, you don't have to listen to that person. You don't have to consume their content. You don't have to buy their albums or go to their YouTube pages or help support their careers. You can simply say, you know what, that guy speaks to women in a way I'm not really with it. That's not my cup of tea. That's not my cup of dough. It's easy to say that. It costs you nothing to pay someone no mind. Feather with a bunch of nines says, "Good, he is gone, no sympathy." I'm not asking you to have sympathy. I'm asking you to not say, I'm asking you to not celebrate the man's death. Juan Pena says, "You don't have to invest your time in them." Exactly. Elmer Ford said, "All the people hating were secret fans. Secret fans." Okay, here we go. Mila, whose takes I always like, says, "Devil's advocate. Maybe they are celebrating his life because they keep getting on how he lived versus learning from that how he died if it was heart related. Maybe they're celebrating his life because they keep possibly." Ronnie TV says, "I think people get it confused as well when they think that bashing them is hurtful to their brand. Just don't listen. They never had your views." That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to, I am, listen. I am in no way trying to, make people say, "No, you need to listen to this guy. He's dope. He's this, he's that." I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is once you pass away, then it's over. Then everything should just be okay. And if you don't have something good to say about the individual, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. You don't have to hop on Twitter and, "Yeah, forget this guy. He was living in." Shut up. I liked Kevin Samuels because he spoke his truth, man. You know how hard it is to speak your truth in a world full of sheep? And they said KS did not, somebody, Jay says Kevin Samuels did not have hatred towards black women. I don't think he hated black women. Nigga, just because you give an opinion and other people don't agree, that don't mean it's hate. That's his opinion. And if we live in a world where people are going to talk about you crazy after you pass away, all because you lived your life telling your truth, then we're all doomed. That's just, that's wild to me, man. And it's going, like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to read. Now, let's get into what they're saying about his passing. They are saying that it was heart related. Now, this is what people were saying. People were saying, you know, it is ironic that, he would frequently talk about obese black women, you know what I'm saying, and their health. And it was ironic that he died, from cardiac arrest. So that is like for all intents and purposes, and we'll learn more once the once the what do they call it when you pass away? The autopsy comes back. But they're saying that it is cardiac arrest. There's a bunch of ways that cardiac arrest can happen. But looking at him, he looked like a really in shape guy. He didn't look like a person that was having health issues or maybe heart problems. I don't know if this was a ongoing heart issue that he may have had. Not for sure. They are saying that his last moments they spent, ironically, was spent with a young lady that they had spent the night together or something to that effect. And they said that when he woke up, he was experiencing some tightness in his chest. Didn't head to the ER, and then he ended up passing out. Paramedics were dispatched, and then he didn't make it. So I'm pretty sure we'll find out more, and you know what I mean. We'll find out more about how the exact way that he died. QMI Queen says that they're speculating that drugs were involved. Fentanyl. I'm not confirming or denying that. I did see that speculation as well. I don't know, so I don't want to speak to that until those facts come out. All I want to say is that You know, how about we just don't celebrate a guy, passing away? That's not a good look. And I feel like if it's, I just feel like there's something really wrong with that. Mila said the cocaine would explain the cardiac arrest. Justin Credible said he was always drinking Red Bull. My mother had a heart issue from drinking Red Bull. I had a really, really good friend, comedian. I won't say his name because I don't know if he wants this out there. But he's a really in shape dude, and he used to always drink energy drinks, and he had a heart attack from it. He didn't die, but he had a heart attack from it. Mila says, especially if he was being intimate and all that activity on his heart. Who knows? I mean, we're gonna find out. But what I would like to say, hold on. So Tony came in and said, you're saying that he could speak his truth when his truth affected other black people. Now that he's passed, people are speaking their truth about his opinions. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that when anyone is alive, you can say whatever you want. It's your opinion. It's your things to say. It's your whatever. But what I'm saying is, once a person passes, and they can no longer rebut anything, then it should just be rest in peace or shut the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have something positive, if you don't have condolences, if you don't have something that you want to say, then shut up. Now is not the time for us to hear your opinion about the things that he said when he was alive. He can't say anything else anymore. Unless there's a bunch of old videos that come out, unreleased videos, he can't say anything anymore. His life has come to an end. And I come from the era when your life comes to an end. Maybe that's the time to just back off. Like, all right. Just out of human decency. Why am I having to explain this? Wait, am I that old? Somebody tell me. Okay, the corporate life said you can't police how people feel. Some people celebrate death. I'm not policing it. Do whatever you want. I can give my opinion. If I think it's whack, I can think it's whack. If I think it's distasteful, I can think it's distasteful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need people to say that, oh, that guy was cool, man. And, oh, da 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 da. No. I'm just saying that when someone passes away, maybe that's not the time to start talking about the things that you didn't like about them. Because now it's over for them. Mr. Bobby Rice says, celebrating a black man's death is sad, especially from our people. Some of y'all are soulless and too insensitive. Thank you, Mr. Bobby Rice. Y'all understand that as a black man, like, you know how offensive that is, just being a black man? Black people celebrating your death because you were saying things that you didn't like when you were alive. So somebody said, Jacob said, black people don't celebrate death. Stop it. Go to Twitter, nigga. You can see a whole lot of celebrating. Nigga, I beg to differ. Won't you pull up another window, go over to Twitter, and see if you don't see black people celebrating like a motherfucker right now. Firefly says black men hardly care about each other. Black men are afraid of each other. Listen, man. I just so Jacob said I'm not talking to you. Okay. All right. Tony comes back and says celebrities versus poking fun at someone's belief is different. People still make fun of Michael Jackson, and they're trash too. We not giving them the pass. I don't pick and choose out of common decency, and I shouldn't have to say this, but I am probably a senior in this space that we're in. I'm probably the old head. How about, hold on, I can't read. Let me go back and say, celebrating versus poking fun at someone's belief is different. Okay. People still make fun of Michael Jackson. I think I read that pretty correctly. When people listen to the big homie Doe, you understand? Who is 42, going on 43. If y'all remember back in the day, I used to always make fun of my age and say I was younger. Now I'm old dude. I'm an old head. When someone passes away, Let it go. Let it go. It's over. Over. Okay, hold on. Hafiz Ramesh said, just curious, why are we out here passionately policing people's reaction to the passing of this male? Because it's disgusting. It doesn't make sense. It's weird. So Lovely said, if people celebrate your death, that should tell you something about the way you chose to live your life. Or it could tell you something about the people that are saying the negative things about you. People are trash. Black Twitter, listen. And I'm here to hold us accountable. I'm not that dude. I'm not that guy to just, when people just be like, when the culture, because we're going to talk about some other stuff about the culture today too. I'm not that dude to just be like, oh man, it's cool. Like, no, that shit is trash. And anybody that's doing that, I personally am just like, yo, that's trash. That's trash. You know what I'm saying? Like and I got the right to say that. It's just my opinion. And if you're doing that, if you're out here in these streets celebrating Kevin Samuel's death, I'm not saying you're trash as a human being. I'm saying that that's a trash act. You know what I mean? I think that act is trash. Personally, respectfully. Do you see how I just said that? I didn't say nothing disrespectful. I said I think that is trash. You could be a beautiful human being in everything you do. But if somebody sent me a tweet that came from your account and you wasn't hacking, you celebrating this man's death, I'll be like, yo, that's trash. You shouldn't do that. But that's just your brother Doe, just, okay. Now people are saying that I'm wrong. Okay, I'm not wrong. First of all, let's get that out quickly. And then, okay, let me go back to the comments. I don't want to just make this sound like a long conversation with myself. Okay. Amber Gardner said, everybody talking about what Kevin said. Once again, two wrongs don't make a right. If you think he was wrong, why join him in his era? Thank you, Amber. Two wrongs did not make a right. Even if he was wrong and talking about black women, okay, cool. You don't need to join the party and be like, well, I'm talking about it when he passed away. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Jay says a black man can't tell a black woman she's overweight without her saying he hates black women. Whoo. Okay. Surprise you found me, says Doe. Unfortunately, you beating a dead horse. They don't care. Our community is dead. Kevin death shows how divided we are. These are facts. We are divided as a culture because you don't gotta celebrate that man's life. You don't gotta send him his flowers and say a bunch of fake shit. You don't have to all of a sudden reverse the way that you feel. But if you don't even have the human decency and compassion to just shut the fuck up when a man loses his life, we are doomed. Unknown said KS still has some solid points. He did. He wasn't 100% bad. And I don't think that he was wrong in what he was doing. That's just an opinion. Just because somebody has an opinion that differs from yours doesn't make that person a bad person. Like we got to figure that out. Hold on 1 second. I mean, I seen people up there celebrating. I was just like, oh, the culture is doing it again. So there we go. Someone said, what's the next topic? We're gonna move on from it. I ain't gonna beat a dead horse. But I had to say my 2 cents. You know what I mean? I personally, hold on 1 second. We got a lid here. Side note, we got 178 people over here for the Instagram. We got 152 over here. Thank you all. Thank you all. This is my humble 4th episode, and we are growing exponentially. So thank y'all. Just humbling came in and said, I think it's sad if you're happy a person died. because that person hurt your feelings. That's a fact. Now, trust me, if this dude had walked around and, killed some people or, or whatever, and then people were saying stuff like that, okay, I get it. But just because somebody said beat the dead horse, that was a terrible analogy. Maybe that wasn't the right analogy for this. Okay, I feel like I'm hitting the same point. Beating it. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. How about this? Let's just come and just possibly agree on one thing. We can agree to disagree on two things can be correct. Okay, I get it. People don't like him. They didn't like the things they said. Okay, I get it. But can we just all say, moving forward, if somebody passes away and we don't have something positive to say, how about we just shut the fuck up in that moment? How about we don't tweet out every thought? How about we just say, ah, man, I ain't really care for that guy, but I ain't gonna sit here and bash him when he's dead. That's my only point. I'm not trying to reverse anybody's thinking on Kevin Samuels. Okay. Somebody said, Firefly said, can't make any promises. All right. Well, we know we're all works in progresses. You know what I'm saying? And okay, and then let me do this. And let me also, okay, let me play devil's advocate. Okay. Let me validate, the feelings of some of the people he may have offended. I understand. And if Kevin Samuel says something that hurt you or made you feel disrespected or made you feel terrible about yourself, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. I'm not apologizing on his behalf. I'm just saying, man, it sucks when anybody says something that hurts somebody else's feelings. So I would just say, man, I am showing empathy if that happened to you. You know what I mean? But moving forward, you gotta watch what type of energy you put out. And I don't think that that's good energy to celebrate someone dying. Personally, could be wrong, but that's just personally. All right, let's move it forward. Okay, we got a nice sized crowd here. We got about 300 people amongst both platforms. So Chase Dub said that's terrible karma. I think that it is. It's terrible energy to put out in the universe. Oh wait. Maybe we're not done with this. Hold on. Corporate Life said that is what we are all saying. That is all we are saying. He put out that energy. So is what you're saying is, okay, that's a different take. That's why I like the comments on here. Okay, so is by that rationale, the Corporate Life says that's all we're saying. He put out that energy. So if is what we're saying, he put out a bunch of negative energy. So we can't all of a sudden try to put positive energy in the air now that he's gone. So you're saying he was tearing down people when he was alive. He wasn't uplifting and he wasn't speaking life. Okay. I hear you, Tony. Okay, I hear you, Mila. Okay, I hear you, Jalen. Okay, I can be open enough to hear the other side of it. Okay. I'm not gonna. Okay. I'm not gonna like reverse and say that I don't feel how I feel. I will, however, say I can't be a hypocrite. You see what I'm saying? And say, okay, all right, okay. But that should let you know how we, how we're trying to make this on Morning Cup of Dough Morning Show. I'm not just gonna sit here and say everything that I gotta say and then not listen to y'all and then move on to the next topic. Because trust me, I didn't expect us to spend 45 minutes on this. But in us staying in this for a minute, I'm able to at least see another perspective. Okay. What I still will say is, while I will say that I can acknowledge that, and I can acknowledge that maybe he wasn't putting the greatest energy But I just felt like I felt so strongly about how I was saying things until I kind of read the comments, and I was just like, but I still feel, uh, because if what you guys are saying that he was speaking deaf into the people, but I don't feel like he was speaking deaf. I just feel like he was saying his opinion. Okay, how about we can agree? How about two things can be right? Okay, okay. One, okay. Tony says, as a comedian, you got to admit this makes for great content. He got on obese people and he died of a heart related issue. Listen, the irony in things can be ironic sometimes. I can't ignore the obvious. That is an irony that he did spend a lot of time kind of going in on the obese community. And then he died from what at least seems to be. But I think that, ah, listen, man, it's supposed to be the morning cup of dough morning show. I genuinely felt like I was really here to just, yeah, man, I was really here to set the record straight. And then here y'all come. Okay. What I will say is rest in peace to that man and condolences to his family. And regardless of the things that he said when he was here, I think once it is announced that he is gone, we should just, if for one, pay respects and just okay, or if not, just say nothing. Even if he was wrong for putting the negative energy out there. Even if he was terrible for saying the things that he said, which I don't think that he was. I just felt like he was telling what he felt the truth was. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, even if you felt like he was wrong for that, you yourselves have to be wrong. Even if he was terrible in what he was saying, even if it was words, I don't feel like we need to reciprocate that and be like, yeah, and now that you're gone, nigga. So that's how I feel. Hey, shout out to the San Manso with the $1.99 donation. Bam, 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 bam. I appreciate you. Okay. All right, y'all ready to move on to the next topic, or do y'all still want to talk about this? I'm good. The chat is lit. Everybody is in here. The chat is lit. We got 152 people over here, 169 people over here. It's Friday. I feel good. I feel great. It's the morning cup of dough morning show. So yeah, I think we're good on this. I think we've said everything that we said, and I listened to you guys and I listened to your point. Okay, so let's move on. To some positivity. Did you guys see the ASAP Rocky new video they just dropped? Tell me you guys seen the new ASAP Rocky video. He has Rihanna in it. Dope video. Did you guys see this? If you guys didn't see it, go over to YouTube or wherever you watch videos, and I want you guys to watch it while I'm talking and then kind of catch up. Okay. G-Dub said, do I got some mods for the chat? You know what? The funny thing is, I was supposed to set that up last night, and I just didn't do it. They'll be here for next week. So now, okay, we offer the negativity for well, you know, what Black Twitter was doing. So ASAP and Riri. Was it me? Or was that video Black excellence? I see you, Tony. Black excellence, Black love in its best display. Is Riri and ASAP now couples goals? Because I think it's pretty safe to say Will and Jada ain't no more as far as couple goals. We're gonna go off into a tangent about that, but that's not the couple goals. I think that, you know, Jay and Beyonce are kind of like I don't want to say seniors, that make it seem like I'm calling them old, but you know, Jay's 50, Beyonce's, you know, 40 or getting into her 40. But is ASAP and Riri like the best Black couple out here right now? Like, or just I loved what I saw. I love what I saw. It seemed like he proposed to her in a really, really cool way. Side note, YouTube, please hit that like button for me. We got 141 people in here. Please smash the like button. Y'all don't think that that's... Oh, Sierra and Russell Wilson, yes. Okay, Loki Susie says, why people base their relationships on other people's relationships. Okay, let me rephrase this, but I don't want to turn this into an argument. Was that just not dope to see? That couple. That way, in that way. Let's not... Okay, I don't want to do the whole couples goal things. I don't want to take that perspective. But I think that they are a really dope couple. And I loved what I saw. I loved just, you know what I'm saying? It just looked really, really dope. So I love that couple, man. I'm just, okay. Let's not take this down a path of, oh, there shouldn't be a couple goals and you should live your own life. Okay, I don't want to have that conversation. I just want to say that felt black. That just felt like black love on display, and I thought it was cool. Hey, just humbling with the $5. Happy Mother's Day. I'm not a mother, but I appreciate it. Shout out to my daughter's mother. Mila Manifest says, honestly, it's beautiful to see, but the tin hat in me looks at the fact that she is wearing red and the association with the Illuminati. That is all I will say. Is the Illuminati still a real thing? Do we still think that exists? Not shooting it down, but is that something? But I thought that was dope. And if that was his way of proposing, he smiled and his grill said, marry me. And then she smiled and her grill said, I do. I thought that was dope. I thought that was fly. I thought the record was cool. I thought just the way that they were interacting with each other was dope. They're expecting a child. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Nah, F that. Hold on a second. Somebody said there's no such thing as couple goals. They just look happy. They look happy. Fuber2K said, two financially successful and independent black people joining forces is a super team. Yes. And I like that, we haven't heard a ton of gossip about them in their relationship. Like there was something maybe like a month or two ago it came out that he might have been possibly cheating. You know what I mean? So, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. I just feel like they're cool. They look super happy. And I like that. I was like, hey man, that looks cool. I like it. It's straight. So I don't know. It was just cool for me to see this. So shout out to ASAP Rocky. Shout out to Rihanna. I love it. Okay. We don't have to call them couple goals. Tony says, am I the only one to notice she wasn't pregnant in the video? Like, are they married already? She definitely wasn't pregnant in the video because she was smoking that lala. So maybe I'm thinking maybe this was a video that was shot a while ago. There was some people are saying that he was subliminally dissing another artist. I don't want to put it out there who he was dissing because I don't want to promote no negativity. But yeah, so that was that. Somebody says, Faith Mercury says, Sierra and Russell Wilson for me. They just seem so happy, rich and unbothered in the best way. Yes, I hate how people be calling Russell Wilson a square. I feel like, man, if somebody's calling you a square because of the way you treat your woman, you should take that as a compliment. Because what is nigga supposed to do? Just cheat on your woman and make their woman not feel like they're the only one? Like, why do people like Russell Wilson? By all accounts, is a cool dude. He's a great football player. Seems like a great father. Just great dude. He pursued a woman, treated her the right way, and every day, like you can tell, he's not intimidated by her beauty. He'll always play the back and let her kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know why Russell gets the sucker treatment. I don't feel like that's right, personally. Somebody said Corday and Naomi be doing their thing. I do like Corday and Naomi. Tony says, and how do you treat your woman, sir? Listen. I am not the prototype for treating a woman right. Like I gotta get better. And men, as black men, we all need to get better in treating our women better. And we can no longer hide under the tent and say, well, I didn't see it when I was growing up, so I don't know how to do it. No. No, that's I kind of rode that chariot for years. Even though it might be true. No, treat your woman right, or or somebody else will. That's what I've learned. So in me moving forward, I'm trying to learn to hey, I want to be a great man, you know what I'm saying, in a relationship and treat a woman the right way. We gotta learn. But sometimes you gotta learn on the job. Learn from somebody like Russell Wilson. He always speaks highly of his woman. All of those things. What did Mila say? Mila says everyone has their own BS they deal with away from spotlight, but they do seem genuinely happy. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, somebody's I can't read your handle, but it says ASAP hasn't dropped since 2018 and Riri hasn't dropped since 2016, besides what he dropped the other day. And that should let you know, but she still just hit billionaire status. They're relevant when they drop. So yeah, shout out to them. All right, let's move it on along. Okay. I got another thing I want to talk to you guys about. I told you I got these topics. I didn't wake up and put all these topics on this piece of paper for nothing. You understand that? Side note, we just wrapping up our first hour. Clap it up for that. Our first hour. Oh, Lita Woods came through with the $10. Bam, 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 bam. I love this morning show, Doughboy. Just finished listening to your third episode, and when I saw you live, I had to jump on. I love your voice and can listen to you all day. For real, for real. Lita, you trying to make me cry? Huh? Somebody cutting onions in here? Thank you to say that you love my morning show. And my first episode started on Tuesday. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me take a brief intermission real quick till we get to 7 o'clock. And I want to share something with you guys. Okay. Let me put some Friday motivation out there in there. Thank you again for that, Lita. Sometimes you need to just start whatever it is that you want to do. Okay? I had for a very long time been wanting to get into the morning show space, right? And so I was like, well, how do I even do this? I like maybe, I reached out to a couple of my friends, like, because I have a little bit of, I don't want to say clout, but I have a little bit of a career. I've been working, I have a little bit of a name for myself. I don't want to keep saying a little bit. I have a name for myself. I've worked hard for the things I've accomplished. And morning radio is something that I always kind of wanted to do. And then lately it was kind of picking up and intensifying because I'm just like, thinking about the new content that I want to do. I'm like, well, what kind of new content can I do? And I was like, why don't you just do your own morning show? I was like, but I don't have a platform. Like, what am I just gonna shoot in front of my poacher? Like, and then something like God kind of just spoke to me, like, just start it. Just start it. I'll do the rest. Just start it. So that's what I want to encourage y'all before we move on to our second hour and we start talking about our second, because I got a lot of topics. But just start. Whatever it is you're doing, just start it. I mean, and that's why I'm saying, that's why a compliment like that means so much to me when Lita comes in and just says, I love this morning show, Doughboy, because the morning cup of dough didn't exist Monday. We're here on Friday and we're in episode number 4. Just a minute ago, we had 300 people in here across both platforms. The chat going wild, people arguing. So do whatever it is you want to do. It might not be a morning show. It might be you want to get in shape. You know what I'm saying? It might be you want to go out for a new job. It might be you want to start a new business. It might be, I don't know what it is. But just start it. Who knows what can happen? You understand? Bam, 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 shout out to Mila Manifest. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you do, though. I agree with Lita. Looking forward to seeing this series grow for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I want to reciprocate the energy is letting y'all know that y'all can do the same thing. It was the same way when I moved out here to LA from Sacramento. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like, but I'm just going to start. Slow motion is better than no motion. And I promise you, we're going to build this the right way because I don't have any expectations. I'm just like, I love it. I love talking about current events and interacting with people. But trust me, I'm already coming up with the ideas to, get a different background, set it up to where I can have guests come on live, send y'all a StreamYard link. But thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I just want to put that positive energy out there and let y'all know, just do it. You never know what's going to happen. What I can guarantee you is nothing will happen if you do nothing. Because as a wise man said, nothing from nothing means nothing. You got to do something. Do it. So thank you for that. Thank you for the, for the donations and the badges and all that. I appreciate it. But let me speak that life into y'all. If there's anything that you want to do, just do it. I'm so happy. I was happy waking up this morning. Like, it's time to do the morning cup of dope morning show. It's lit. So cool. All right. 7 o'clock. Let's get into the second hour. Back to the culture. The culture. We got to come to the table and have a conversation about this. Antonio Brown. If you don't know who Antonio Brown is a football player, and really outspoken guy. Kind of was one of the best wide receivers in the league. He used to play for the Steelers years ago. Forced his way out of there. He ended up leaving, and then after he was at the Steelers, he went to the Raiders. Never played a down for the Raiders. Was doing some weird stuff and saying some stuff. Then he went to the Patriots. Ended up getting cut from there for some stuff he was saying and doing. Then he ended up going to the Bucks with Tom Brady. Won a Super Bowl. Then he ended up, Then you remember last year he ran off the field, took his shoulder pads off. So it's that guy. He has some interesting words about Colin Kaepernick on a podcast yesterday. I'm going to play the clip, but I got to know how you guys feel about this. If you don't know who Colin Kaepernick is the former 49er quarterback who used to play there, and then he was kneeling. Okay? So he was kneeling during the national anthem, and that caused an uproar. And he was essentially blackballed out of the NFL. He never got another job again. And it was a whole ordeal. And then it was like he ended up getting a settlement with the NFL. They gave him a bunch of money. They had tried to give him a tryout to come back and find a team. He didn't go do the tryout because of, I guess, miscommunication or something. And he's never been back. So there was a time where the culture was boycotting football because of this a couple years ago. Okay. So there was a few years ago where we were saying we don't rock with the NFL because they're not standing with Colin as he kneels. That was the skinny of it, right? Then a couple years passed and it kind of went more and more out of, Now, this year, Colin Kaepernick at 34 is trying to make a comeback. So he's trying to get a football team. They were asking Antonio Brown how he felt about it. And this is what this brother had to say.
You took the deal. We don't feel sorry for you. You took the deal. Out of here. Oh, Kaepernick, man, you on Nike, man. Out of here.
You don't feel, so he good? You think he good? Because
I
was
thinking like, good.
But you want to get back in the league,
bro.
He
don't want to play, man. He was trash, everything.
He was trash? Yeah, I'm about trash. He was all right. Come on, AB.
Man, listen, man. Right, Kaepernick did all that and took the money and then got the commercials. We don't see Kaepernick outside. Where he at? I ain't never seen him outside.
I never seen him outside.
All right, so don't even say
I see him throwing the ball, trying to get back in, though.
Yeah, but he already took the money. All that's cap. We ain't respecting that, bro. You took the money, the commercials. Yeah. We don't see you outside. We don't see him in the hood. He don't do nothing. We cool, but now we ain't even saying Kaepernick. He not even from the hood. He don't even been in the trenches. Yeah. We like Kaepernick and all, but we ain't really on that. So as black people, we need to get that clear.
Do I need to play that again, or did everybody hear it? Did everybody hear that? Or do I need to play it one more time? Because we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about it. Do I need to play it again, or did everybody hear it? I'm gonna play it one more time. Because I want to make sure you heard it. Heard? Play it again. Okay, he was slurring a little bit in the beginning.
You took the deal. We don't feel sorry for you. You took the deal. Out of here. Oh, Kaepernick, man, you on Nike, man. Out of here.
You don't feel, so he good? You think he good? Because I was thinking like,
good.
But you want to get back in the league,
bro.
He
don't want to play, man. He was trash, everything.
He was trash? Yeah, I'm gonna trash. He was alright. Come on, AB.
Man, listen, man.
Right, AB.
Kaepernick did all that and took the money and then got the commercials. We don't see Kaepernick outside. Where he at? I ain't never seen him outside.
I never seen him outside.
All right, so like, don't even say
I see him
it.
throwing the ball, trying to get back in though.
Yeah, but he already took the money. All that's cap. Like, we ain't respecting that, bro. You took the money, the commercials. Yeah. We don't see you outside. We don't see him in the hood. He don't do nothing. Like, we cool, but now we ain't even saying Kaepernick. He not even from the hood. He don't even been in the trenches. Yeah. Like, we like Kaepernick and all, but like we ain't really on that. So as black people, we need to get that clear.
Okay. All right. So I played it twice. Okay. This is very interesting. The Colin Kaepernick thing has always been a little polarizing to me. So let's talk about it. First of all, as an athlete, do you have the right to use your platform however you want to? Yes. When Colin Kaepernick decided to take a knee because he didn't like the treatment of black people in the United States and black men were getting murdered by police, that was his way of showing that was his way of speaking to things that he didn't like. And he said he'll stand once black men are respected, different things, right? So the 49ers didn't end up picking up his option that year. Then he was looking for a job. Nobody would hire him. And then us as the culture went against the NFL. But here's the tricky thing. He did get a settlement with the NFL. He got some money. I don't know how much, but he got a bag, right? Then all of a sudden, because I remember this. I remember at a time when the whole thing, I think it was like 2018, 2019, when people were, 2017, 2018, whenever it was happening, I remember when everybody was boycotting the NFL, people used to look at me like I was a sellout because I was still like watching football. Because I was just like, well, I mean, I get that that's what he's doing, but I mean, I got to stop watching football because like I'm not like a sheep person. Like I was just like, to me, I was just like, I didn't understand why if Colin is doing this and then he don't get a job, why that means me, Anthony, can't watch football. I just don't understand how all those things, but I never spoke against people who supported him. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, once he took the money, did that, and then this was the thing that I don't understand. Hold on, because you guys got a lot to say. Jay says Nike cut the check, NFL cut the check. What is the NFL sorry for? Now he wants back in the white man's league and complains he's not getting a shot. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just like, as much as AB can be a little cringe, is he right? Like, is he right? Because I don't think the culture is behind him anymore because we're right back to watching football. And, I feel like all they did, I feel like all the league did was pay him. And then they gave us, they went to holler at Jay-Z and they were like, we'll give you the halftime show. Then we had the best halftime show ever. So has Antonio Brown lost the culture? Hold on. Kai Williams says, Jay, it ain't about the money, though. It's about the fact that they really blackballed this man from the league just because he wanted to speak on violence against black people. Valid point. Valid point. But let's take it. Rough Dog 21 says, why does Kaepernick have to do anything for black people? Dude still has to make a living. What has anyone in here done for black people? He chose to do that, though. Jasmine said, Colin Kaepernick didn't change anything. I almost just jumped his head. Like, I guess I don't know what the motivation for was it in the beginning. And so now to hear that Antonio Brown said, like, yo, black people, we ain't on that. Like, I was always indifferent. Like, I was just like, I don't know. Like, because this is how I look at it. And maybe I'm ignorant for this. And you can all call me ignorant for this if I sound ignorant. I'm always okay in never trying to hide the truth about, where I am, in things. So this is how I look at life. When I go, and I'm saying this, and you guys might attack me right now, and that's okay. when I go, much like when I go to the movies, much like when I binge watch something on Netflix, when I watch football, when I watch professional sports, I like that time to escape from everything else that's going on. That when you really think about it, we're really stopping and watching a game being played. So I almost don't want, I know it's fucked up out there. I get it. I'm a black man. I'm a part of the demo that he's fighting for. And I don't want to disrespect the help he believes he's given. But when I go to watch football, I want to watch football. I just want to watch their football. I do. You see what I'm saying? And so it was tough for me because like even as a comedian, there's two things that I don't never really talk about on stage because it's the quickest way to divide a room: politics and religion. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, Chase Dub said Cap spoke when everybody else was scared to speak. Okay. All right. Let me get into some of these comments. Hold on. Kai Williams says, can you imagine if every black man in the league followed after Cap? He was trying to make a change, but no one else was brave enough. What were they supposed to do? What was the initiative? Okay. Now I have to speak on it. What, I don't want to say that it was a vague goal, but what was supposed to happen? Because what he said was, I don't like the treatment of black people in America and how, black men are getting killed by the police. I get it. What did you want to see happen, though, tangibly, to make it be like, okay, I'm going to go back to my job? And I'm just saying that, asking it honestly, what was the objective? And then he took it back. He did take it back. I'm not taking sides in this, but he did take a settlement. He got paid. And then after he got paid, now mind you, if it's all about the movement and all of that, then okay, I don't want this to come off like I'm bashing Cap because I'm not. But okay, you were blackballed. I'm pretty sure that we can say he was blackballed. Okay, but then you took the bag, and then a couple years later, it's like I want back in now. I don't know. Aaron Herman says it was a lose-lose for Cap. He was righteous, but no one in the league had his back. Compare it to the NBA, the whole league took part of their movement for injustice. I don't know. I just think that's I'm all for athletes, entertainers. Hold on. Pontiac J said, AB speaking facts. Cap took that money. He had the Ravens waiting to sign. Then his GF girlfriend started talking ish about the owner and Ray Lewis. He really didn't want to come back. That was all for show. Listen, I remember when he was coming back. Let's talk about that really quickly, right? When he went to go, the NFL had said, okay, we made it wrong. We want to make it right. Let's throw a tryout with all the teams are going to come and watch you. He didn't show up. And then like 30 minutes before, he said, I'm not going to show up to where you guys want me to show up. You guys can come over here. And the place was like an hour, 2 hours away. So I did think that was weird. I'm not going to lie. I was like, well, nigga, if you want to get back in the league, this was a couple years ago. I was like, nigga, if you want to get back in the league, this is the perfect chance. And Jay-Z had set that up. And he didn't show up. So that made me think, did you really want to play? Because they gave you a chance to play. And that was after he got his bag. So, Jay also says there was absolutely no plan of attack. So all those black men supporting their families are supposed to give up their checks for the betterment of the black community. What did the black community do? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't use your platform for a bigger cause. I'm just saying that if you do it, there should probably be a goal in it. I don't know. The Kaepernick situation has always been very polarizing to me because I applaud him. This is a guy that grew up rough. He grew up wanting to be a quarterback. I was a fan of the 49ers at the time when he came. I loved him. He took us to the Super Bowl. We almost won it. And I was like, man, like he's giving up his career for what he believes in. But I'm like, I don't know if he had to do that. I mean, he could have still been doing activist work outside of his job, and he still could have been in his downtime and in the off season, creating different things. I'm just like, I don't know, man. And then it became a really, really big deal. So I'm going to get a couple more comments and then we're going to talk about some other things because, yeah, I don't know. Shout out to the 119 people over here, the 41 over here. We still going strong. I love it. Stay True Review says Cap should have been more organized, possibly set up the meeting with the police, government officials, meeting of the public and himself, working towards creating positive change in the community. That's work. Yes. Jasmine says, I believe it was all a show. He simply played his part because he was actually a real quarterback. He was good at what he did. Yeah. Isaac Taylor says, I think he should have had some more organization behind his activism. He randomly sat down for an anthem one day instead of meeting with leaders and players. Yes. Jay Russ says, why did kneeling put his career at risk? That is a very solid question. Why does kneeling, that's a very good question. Why did kneeling put his career at risk? He wasn't being disrespectful. He wasn't burning a flag. Why did him kneeling put his career at risk? And he was blackballed after that. That's it. Okay. Hold on. Somebody said something. Jay says the black community protested for the wrongful death of George Floyd, not for Colin. Yeah. Rough Dog 21 said Kaepernick started a movement but didn't have the backup to finish. Black millionaires are the first ones to turn their back on the black community. Chase Dub says it was at a time where black men were scared to leave the house. He felt like he needed to start a conversation. I applaud it. Listen, I'm not mad at him and what he did. I guess I'm just looking at what was the end goal, the end game goal of it. You know what I'm saying? What was it that he was trying to get? That's all I'm saying. Look, he's trying to get back in the league now, 34. I hope he can do it. I mean, shit, Brady's playing at 45. Anything is possible. I just want to know how the culture felt like. Had we cooled off on him, or were we still having his back? Jasmine said he knew that kneeling was going to stop his career. But why? That is the thing that you do not do in a white man's football league. Remember when Dave said he was joking about if OJ would have did it? So she says you don't do that in a white man's football league. Interesting, because that is his freedom, his right. Hold on, here we go. We got Kai Williamson. This is the comment I want to read. As a veteran, I love hearing from veterans. Shout out to any veteran that fights for this country. As a veteran, neither me or any of the people I worked with ever cared about Cap kneeling. But old white folks have a weird love for the military and the flag. Now that is very telling, because they're saying that as a veteran, neither me or any of the people I work with ever cared. So it wasn't disrespecting our military. So who was he disrespecting? He was just saying, I don't want to stand while you guys sing that song. And you don't have to. Back in the day, they used to sing the national anthem before the players even came out. Chase Deb says, why does it have to be a well thought out plan? Something was better than nothing. Okay. You guys are giving some great insight. Mila says, exactly. What is it for? That monetary attention, or was there an expectation of genuine change? I mean, a momentary attention, sorry. Exactly. What was it for? That momentary attention, or was there an expectation of change? Yeah, like, was there a plan? Was there a plan? You can't just say, I just don't like how things are. I guess you can. You can do whatever you want. Okay. I got more stuff on this page. So I'll just end it with, hey, man, shout out to Cap, man. I hope you get another shot in the league. But if you don't, I hope you get a shot. I'll just say that. Let's move forward. Cause I want to get into some lighter stuff up here too. But there's one more kind of serious thing that we got to talk about. Then we can go to the funner stuff. The DA in LA. Now we know that Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage with a person with a gun that had a knife on it. It was weird, right? He could have really hurt Dave had people not intervened. The DA has declined to press felony charges. Why, DA? Somebody clearly hopped on stage with the intent to hurt that man. and you don't think that. See, this is what's wrong. Here's the dangerous part of the narrative of what we're doing with that. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock. He don't get arrested. He don't go to jail. He, it's had a great impact on his career. But other than that, I mean, shit. 30 minutes after he did it, he gave a speech about doing it, and people clapped. Gave him a standing ovation. The weirdest thing. Now, Dave Chappelle, arguably the number one comedian, the GOAT, gets attacked on stage, and we're like, oh no, we're not going to even charge him. What do you think what message do you think you're giving to other people out there? Like, what do you think? Do you think that now? I think that what people from the outside looking in is like, oh, we could just beat up comedians. Like, I think that it sends the wrong message. I think if nothing else, they should have made an example. Now, I'm not saying that hit somebody with time that they don't, you know what I'm saying? But if somebody, you can't just run on stage with a knife and try to attack somebody and then nothing happens to you. I don't know, man. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I went to the Laugh Factory yesterday, and when I went, they had a metal detector and like 3 security guards. I was just like, damn, man, here we go. I said this on like the first episode of the Morning Cup of Dough. I was like, I hope this doesn't change the energy about this, about comedy clubs. Because now it just feels weird. Like I've never seen a metal detector at a comedy club. I was just like, damn, here we go. And I feel like comedians aren't gonna feel safe. Like I'm a comedian, like we don't feel safe. And it's like if somebody like Dave Chappelle could get attacked at the Hollywood Bowl, niggas, the rest of us out here ain't. Sometimes niggas be doing, shows at these little hole in the wall bars and stuff. Like now we're just. Hold on. Alexander says the DA isn't going to pursue something they can't win, which is probably why they'll pursue misdemeanor charges. How is that not something you can win when we seen on tape he rushed a man and he had a knife? Jay says Dave got on stand and said he went back and stopped the transgender. At the time, he wasn't being attacked. They beat the individual to near death. DA saved Dave from lawsuit. Okay, Jay made a solid point. He said Dave got on stand and said he went back and stopped the transgender, and at that time he wasn't being attacked. And they beat the transgender to near death. Okay. But see, that's the thing though. I think when somebody attacks you and you don't know their intentions, it's just like fight or flight. It's just like, but that is something that I didn't think of when he was when they were beating the individual up. Then somebody said the guy isn't trans. Okay, I don't know if the guy's trans or not. I'm just reading the comment. I don't know. But I guess I can see how that can get a little sticky. You know what I'm saying about the DA not wanting to press charges, because it's like, yeah, the person did attack the person, but then the person got kind of beat up. Okay. I guess I can see that. But I don't know though. If you attack somebody with a knife though, aren't all bets off? Because in certain places, if somebody attacks you and you shoot them, then you were perfectly in the right. I don't know. Okay, let's get off the deep stuff. Let's go to some of the funny stuff. All right. We're almost at 1:30. I mean, we're almost at an hour 30. All right, let's get off all the heavy stuff. Let's stretch it out. We ready for the weekend? I'll until we get to 7:30, I'll talk to you guys about something that's going on this weekend. My daughter's going to a prom. Don't know how to feel about it. The baby's getting too old. She's growing up too fast. She's going to a senior prom, and I'm just like, here we go. Are there any parents in here? Have you sent your children off to the prom? How'd you guys feel about that? My father's with the daughters. How do you guys feel about that? And when did stuff start becoming so expensive? My God. Hold on, I gotta read this comment from Lita. Bam, 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 with the $10 donation. I appreciate you. She said that I feel with what is going on in the world, comics need to get their weight up and be ready to lay it the smackdown. I was very upset Dave was attacked on stage. Times are crazy. You're right. She said lay it the smackdown. I love the wordplay, Lita Wood. You're right. All right, so let's get to some lighter stuff. Let's just have some fun for this last 30 minutes. We've talked about some heavy stuff. R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels. You know, Rihanna and ASAP, they're the new couple goals to me. Antonio Brown talking about Colin. Hey, we get it. And the DA ain't filing no charges on the person who attacked Dave Chappelle. My child is going to senior ball. Chase Dub says, mine's is 4 and 7. You got a little time. Let me tell you, Chase, it's going to go by so quickly. Look at this. So my daughter's 16 now, right? She's, you know, she's on the cheer team. She's just a beautiful young woman. Honor roll, right? But when I look at my child, all I really can see is this. That's my baby, right? Y'all see that over there? You know? Yeah, I got my baby on my arm. And it's crazy because they just grow up so quick, man. I remember when I used to hold my daughter, bro, and she used to be able to lay on my arm right here. She was born 7 pounds 11 ounces. I remember seeing my child for the first time on a sonic ultrasound, and to now with her going to her first senior ball, I'm just like, ugh. This is just, you know what I mean? But I think one of the biggest parts of being a parent is knowing that, you know, you got to let your children grow. You know what I mean? You gotta let them go out into the world. Let me ask you guys this: who has a crazy prom story? I'm gonna tell a prom story. Ah ha ha ah ha ha ha. Okay, story time. Okay, so when I was in high school, I used to like this chick. I forgot her name, but I used to like her. She was a light-skinned chick. I want to say her name was. Let's just for all story purposes, we'll just call her Nicole, right? I used to like her. Now, okay, now let me kind of lay down the whole story. Now I want you guys to put your craziest prom stories. Okay, this is what was happening. I was a senior, right? My ex-girlfriend at the time was a girl named Wendy, right? So I still liked Wendy, and I wanted to get back with Wendy, but she really wasn't, you know, rocking with me at the time, right? Because me and Wendy had broken up. I'll tell that story. I'll tell that story another time. But me and Wendy had broken up for a crazy reason, right? But Wendy was like my first girlfriend, right? Mexican girl that I went to school, right? So I was trying to get her back, but she wasn't really messing with me, right? So I'm a senior now. So in my mind, I'm like, it was the junior prom, and I wanted to go just to kind of maybe get a dance with her still. Now, mind you, my ex had moved on, right? She was dealing with this guy named Luis, right? Because she was Mexican, like you were right. She had a whole new dude. I was just determined to get her back, right? I was like, gotta get her. If I can get around her, it'll be cool, right? Cool. She's a senior. I mean, she's a junior. I'm a senior. So I needed a date to go to the junior prom. So I figured if I could get into the prom, I could maybe sneak a dance and I could show her that I was what she needed to be with. So for the like weeks before the prom, you know, I'm talking to the junior chicks. I'm a senior, and I'm like, ain't nobody, because everybody already had their dates. There wasn't nobody really rocking with me. I literally was trying to get a date so I can go, right? So then, ironically, now mind you, I'll never forget. So, and I had like, you know, some money. I think I had like 150. I had like $150. And then by the time like Thursday it came, I realized I wasn't getting a date. So I remember just going and spending the money on something just ridiculous, like, you know, it's a pair of shoes, or I think it was some shoes. And I went to the mall and ate a bunch of food, all this other shit, right? And my parents had just given me this, you know, I had just got like, I think I was like saving my allowance, and they had just given me a little bit extra so I could have this $150. So I go and I spend all the money. So that Saturday comes and I'm spending I'm like, fuck it, I don't get to go to the prom. So I spent all my money. I literally got $10 left. Right? Now it's the date of the prom. I get a call from old girl, right? this girl Nicole, and apparently the nigga that she was dealing with or was about to go to the prom with flakes last minute. Something happens and he can't go. So she calls me in the morning and she's like, "Hey, I had a date. He can't come. I know you were talking about you want to take me. Do you want to take me? I know it's the last day. You're probably not going to be able to get a tux, but do you have a suit? Like, can you come? You can really be bailing me out of a jam, and I kind of like you." Say what? Say less. I have $10 though. And so she was like, "All right, don't worry about nothing. I've already bought the ticket. I've already bought this. I've already bought that. We already got the limo. You don't have to put it on nothing. But can you just, you know what I'm saying, just cover our dinner? Can you do that?" I have $10, nigga. Right? I'm like, yeah, because I'm just figuring, okay, what's dinner like? Okay, it's not gonna be nothing crazy, right? So I go and I ask my, I'm like, "Hey, I need a loan." What? You just had $150. I know that, but I don't have it now. And this girl wants me to go to date. And I remember my dad just being like, "Who's this girl?" And he was like, "The prom's today." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's just like, he was like, "So she just asked you today?" And I'm like trying to front. I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Who just asked you on the day of?" I'm like, "Well, she had a date and it didn't go through. But she liked me. She just told me." My dad was just like, "Nigga, no." You know what I'm saying? And my mom was like, "Look, I ain't got it." My dad was like, "No, first of all, I mean, first he was like going to tell me I couldn't go. It was like, he's like, "Boy, you ain't going to that." My mom was like, "Oh, if you want to go." He was like, "All right, listen, I ain't going to tell you if you can go." Now he was like, "But man, you looking like a sucker out here. Like, you letting this broad call you on the last day. Like, you ain't nobody's backup plan. You my son. Like, nigga, what is you doing?" He was like, "I ain't giving you shit." And so I was just like, "Come on, man, give it to me." He was like, "No." He's like, "Go if you want to, nigga, but I think it's a bad idea." I'm like, "All right." So she calls me because they're getting ready to come pick me up in this limo. Now it's crunch time. Now it's like 4:30. They're coming at like 5 so we can go to the place. We're going to Old Sacramento to eat dinner, right? And I want to say it was like it might have been the Olive Garden, but it was like an Italian restaurant. I have $10 in my fucking pocket. So I put on this bullshit outfit. I had told her I had a suit. Bullshit outfit. Didn't even really have a suit. So I'm slacks and a vest, no jacket for real. Look like on some bullshit, but it matches her at least. So I come, and mind you, so she calls and she's like, "All right, we're going to get ready to come get you. Are you ready?" This was my chance. At any point, I could have just been honest, right? When she called me and said, "Hey, I know it's the day of the prom. Can you go?" I could have easily just said, "I don't really got the money to go." She walked through everything that I didn't have to pay. She was like, "You don't have to pay for the limo. You don't have to pay for this. You don't have to pay for the ticket. You don't have to. I got my own cassage. I'll get you a boutonniere, da 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 da. We just need you to go. You can just cover my meal." I could have just said, "I don't even have that." But I liked her. So I just shut up. So they call me about 30 minutes. They're like, "Hey, is everything cool?" Now I have a second chance just to be like, "I ain't got it." But I'm just like, yeah, because Wendy's gonna be there. I really want Wendy. I don't really give a fuck about Nicole like that. They come and they pick me up. It's about 10 people. I know everybody in here. Contrary to popular belief, I wasn't the most popular nigga in high school, but I was cool. Like, I didn't have like ops or enemies, but you know, I was a fat nigga that could rap. I was in a band, played drums and shit. Getting there, I know the majority of the people. There's no issue. They like, "Oh, doe, what's up?" So it's a couple athletes in there, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Oh, what up, nigga?" And old girl is with it, like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, "Hey, da 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 da," like, you know what I'm saying? I'll never forget. It was like this big ass like stress them or whatever. She was just like, "Oh my god, like, thank you." Like, she's giving me the action. She's pulling up on me, kiss me on my little ear. "Thank you so much. I know you didn't have to do this. We're gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna kick it afterwards. Da 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 da. We already got hotel rooms." I'm like, but Wendy though, whatever. We go to the place that we're gonna eat. It's in Old Sacramento. It was an Italian place. And I remember looking at the menu. I have $10 in my pocket. I don't know what I was thinking or how I was going to get out of this. I'm sitting there like, nigga, the fuck are you going to do for $10? There was nothing for $10. The only thing that was close to the price was like a pizza. And then the pizza was, it was like an Italian restaurant. The pizza was like $17. I'm just like, maybe I get the pizza, me and this biscuit split it. Like, I don't know what to do, right? So I'm just sitting there like, this is literally the cheapest thing on the menu. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I ordered a pizza. She orders like some shrimp fettuccine. It's just like $22, $23. I'm like, oh God. So they go around, and so they hand everybody their checks. They hand out people separate checks, like to the couples. They hand my check. My check's like $42. I pull out the 10 and just kind of put it on there. I was just like, and I like look at her, I'm like, babe. I hit her with the bag. So I was like, I didn't bring my wallet. She looks at me with the look of death, like, because she literally called me minutes before they had come to pick me up. She was just like, and I remember her just being so agitated, but she was just like, okay, don't worry about it. Somebody said, hey, I got the tip, but she said, don't worry about it. She pulled out some cash. She puts out. She was like, look, let's just have a good night. Cool. Well, she's mad already. We get to the junior prom. Soon as we get in there, I shake the fuck out of this bitch. Like, I'm looking for Wendy. You know what I'm saying? And Wendy still liked me at the time. She still was kind of fucking with me. I must have seen Wendy. You know, I talked to her. Old girl was looking for me the whole time of the prom. You know what I'm saying? I was in Wendy's face. I would come by every now and then. She was like, where were you? I was like, oh, I had to go to the bathroom. Da, da, da. I literally was not paying attention to this girl at all. Because Wendy was there. I'm chasing Wendy. So by about like the third, I don't know how long the prom was, maybe 2 or 3 hours. But by like when it came like to the last 30, 40 minutes, she was pissed now. She was just like, you know, fuck this nigga. Like, all right, I see what it is. And so then at that time, Luis and Wendy kind of were, you know, he kind of seen what was going on. So now he's playing. So like me and her talk. She was like, look, let's just talk next week. We'll see. But, you know, I'm here with him. I can't be rude. So I'm just like, all right. So by the time she hits me with this, so she hits me with I got to get back to my date. And so I'm like, all right, cool. So now I'm like, all right, well, where's Nicole at? That's like 30 minutes left. Now I'm going trying to talk to her. She's all up on the next nigga, bumping, grinding, giving this nigga the I'm like, my way for them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's looking like they look like they smashed on that. So I'm like waiting to get in. She just doesn't. She's just kicking at this nigga the whole time now. So there's like 2 more dances left. And so I'm like trying to get a word in edgewise. I try to like, hey, can I get this answer? Like, no, I'm good. And so, boom, prom is over. And so now I'm thinking we finna all go get back into the limo. Limo pulls up. She comes to me. She was just like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm really not fucking. I'm paraphrasing what she said. It's like, I'm really not fucking with your energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have just said you didn't want to come. If you didn't have the money, you could have just said that. Like, for you to just come up here and disrespect me like that, like, that was just hella foul. So we about to go, you know, to the after party and kick it, but you might want to, you know, call, you know, get another ride home because we out. And then all the football players and shit was just looking at me like, dog, why did you fuck this up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nicole was on you. Like, nigga, this was a slam dunk. I'm just sitting there like, I watched them all go get into the fucking limo and peel off. I had to call my parents. My dad pulls up in a fucking yellow station wagon. This is after, like, most of the people had left, so I wasn't embarrassed for that. And this nigga just pulled up and just looked at me like, nigga, story doesn't end. Monday comes. She had a big brother, big nigga named John Grogan. Big nigga. And me and him was cool. And he had graduated already. So I get to school and like all the little athlete niggas is coming like, hey nigga, you know John finna come up here and he looking for you, nigga. Like he finna beat you up after school. And I was just like, what? And so I was just like, huh? John gonna beat me up? Like, yeah, nigga, like, so I go to Nicole. I'm trying to go find Nicole all day. She's not talking to me. And then when she finally talks to me, I'm like, Nicole, why you talking to me? She said, I ain't got nothing to talk to me. She said, I'll never forget. She's like, I ain't got nothing to talk to you. I ain't got nothing to talk to you about. My brother will talk to you. Huh? And so, long story short, I hid for like a day and a half. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, caught them hands. I mean, I put my shit up. I tried, lost. And that's the story about what happened. And then it was like so many people ain't fuck with me after that because she was popular. Shit, to this day, I don't know why I did it. And I didn't even get Wendy. Wendy stayed with Luis. So that is my story from prom. Anybody else have a trifling prom story? Took the hands, nigga. I took them hands. Took them hands, goddamn it. Took them goddamn hands. Whew. Alexander Hitches says, I gotta, hold on one second. He said he took 2 girls to prom accidentally. It was genuinely an accident, though. Nigga, we need detail. We need details. How you accidentally take 2 females to the prom? So yeah, that was my crazy nobody wants to follow my tragic story. Okay. So yes, my daughter is going to the prom this weekend. We'll have, the gun on standby. I don't really want to say that. Like, I know my daughter's boyfriend. He a cool dude. And I trust my daughter, but it's just an awakening thought. Like, I have a daughter going to the senior ball. That's just wild within itself. All right, let's talk about how Drake is the king of petty. He is Petty Crocker. He is Petty LePew. He is whatever word flips that you want. Drake is petty. Drake has a relationship. I mean, he has a reputation of if you disrespect him, like as other artists, he will take other artists' women. He does that. He take it to another level on this one. He took it. Mila says she loves how transparent I am. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so Pete, let me tell you what happened with Drake. Okay. So what happened with Drake was, hold on. Okay, this is how it started, and I'll let you know how it ended. Okay, so Drake had put a text up. I mean, put a post up. He said, "Imagine your son makes the league, and he's Ja or Melo or Lonzo. All you can do is be elated and competitive and over supportive, and it's a rite of passage to that. The OGs talk ish. I know I'm gonna be this way, even if my son is in a Rubik's Cube competition." I feel him. I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's a cheerleader. I go to all the events. I take her to her practices. I'm very, very supportive. I'm one of the loudest parents yelling. She had a championship last week. They lost. I feel like they was robbed, but we'll talk about that another day. So I get it. I support my daughter's endeavors. I get how fathers can be. So SetiBo _ YBAGNM, don't know what all that's for. He says your son probably played with Ghost Riders. Now you just said something about this man and you disrespecting Drake, in his pen game. Drake responds and says, just followed your girl because she's probably miserable and needs some excitement in her life. And then he followed her. And then he slid in her DMs and said, I'm here for you, ma. The whole situation blew up and went super viral. I even heard that they had got invited to host a club off of them DMs. Right? Cool. Now I guess it's kind of taken on a life of his own. So Tony Bowden, the woman in question, because first she reacted like, oh, hey, Drake, like, thanks for the follow. And it was kind of funny. Then I guess it got serious. Now let me let you know what she said. She says, to clear a few things up, I did not ask for any of this. If you actually know me, you know I am a very to myself individual. I did not make my husband troll anybody. I did not make Drake start following me. I did not make y'all start commenting or following. I am not looking to be I'm not looking to be or hoping to be any celebrity. I know this was all because of a random comment between 2 grown men, not me. I'm very well this will blow over very, very fast, and I'm very okay with that. I do not have a Twitter account. It's fake. I did not make a Reddit post. It's fake. I am very happy with my husband. Please don't get that confused. We have truly enjoyed this ish. It's been hilarious. I'm a grown-ass woman. Chill out with all the angry, hateful messages. I am unaffected, not responding, and you are wasting your time and energy sending them to me. I post about me, my family, my dog, my everyday life. If you like all that, welcome to my page. We happy. We always eat good and we have fun. Y'all's narrative ain't it. So it turns serious pretty fast. But let me ask ladies this. And even if you is married, I'm going to ask you this. Let me just ask ladies in relationships, because marriage is probably a little bit different. If Drake slides in your DMs, are you entertaining that? And I know that, like, the easiest thing to say is, hell no, I love my nigga. But let's just be honest. If the nigga Drake slides into your DMs, I don't care how long you've been with your dude and how much you say you love him, and if Drake hits your DMs, are you entertaining that conversation? I think that's a valid question. But Drake is absolutely the pettiest nigga alive. Hands down, it's the most hilarious thing I've seen in my life. Hilarious. And that lets you know that these celebrities hear everything. They're not as unbothered by things as you think. Jay says, I think all women who know of Drake would. DB said, I wouldn't be mad if Beyonce or Riri is in my DM. Everything is being entertained. You already know that. Kai Williamson said, I'm a man, and if Drake he nigga said, I'm a man, and if Drake hit my DMs, I'm responding immediately. LMAO. Hilarious. Chase Dub said that lady is very smart. Drake don't want her for real. Yeah, but Drake probably would have flew her out somewhere and hung out for a weekend. Kai Williamson said, I'm a straight man. Oh, I know. I hear what you're saying. I get the humor in what you're saying. I just thought that was funny. Drake is the pettiest nigga alive. I love Drake for that. That's just hilarious. That nigga said, I just followed your girl because she looks like she needs some excitement in her life. Whew. All right, we coming up on the last 10 minutes of the show. This has been the most successful show in the short history of the Morning Cup of Dough morning show. We kept it at over 100 over on YouTube the majority of the time. We just dipped under there. Only got 14 on the Instagram, but we had as high as 200 over there. I'm excited. We are going to be back. I mean, I'm not ending right now. One other thing I want to say. The baby got cleared in the North Carolina home shooting. If you guys don't remember, there was an intruder on his property, and he shot him. If we haven't learned anything about the baby in the last 2 years, you know he got the pistol, and he knows the laws about the violence. And he is with all the bullshit. Leave that nigga alone. Because clearly he's swinging on you if he don't like what you're talking about. He's all about the hands, but he's ready with the pistol play. And he knows enough to know, he's a smart enough individual to know, like, hey, I know my rights. I can bear arms, and if you come up on me with that foot shit, it's lit. And he could have killed the dude that broke in his house. He shot him in the below the waist. The baby stayed with the blicky. Shout out to Colin Oates. You know what I'm saying? Kai Williams said, did he just get caught on video beating up one of his artists? Yeah, it was his artist. So if he'll give the beats to the artist on the label, maybe y'all should leave the baby alone. He keep that thing on him. And he got bodyguards. He's like, the baby's bodyguards have the easiest job in the world. They don't have to do shit. He fighting, he's shooting. What are you paying the security for? Them niggas just sitting there to look good in small shirts. Them niggas ain't doing nothing. When the shit happened in the bowling alley, the baby was the first one taking off. That's what I like about the baby. He keep that energy. Not the biggest man, but he's taking off. Somebody said the baby has anger issues. He need a hug. Be that as it may, maybe people just need to leave him alone. Remember Cam Cash? The nigga he beat up in the store? The baby, Jesus. The baby out here with it. I mean, I'm not, glorifying him shooting him, but I mean, if he's defending himself in these situations, how about just stop messing with that nigga? Because he's going to come out on the top. But shout out to the baby. There was a question going around. Hold on one second. There was a question going around on Twitter for the ladies. I don't know. I don't want to get into that because I don't think we have enough time. We literally only have like 8 minutes left. So let's just get ready. The baby is the bodyguard of his security. Shout out to Revolving Potato. That's hilarious. Luthos, I guess Woolhove said, and make a song or post about it. Yeah. They're going to make a video about it, smiling. So, yeah. We're going to be back on Monday. When we come back Monday, I'm going to try my best to have some new changes. I want to get, set up to where I can start using my green screen effective. I want to set it up to where when I have videos, I can just share the stream with you guys. Listen, Instagram, I need you guys to really start coming over to YouTube because that's really where I can, show and it can. I want to just build it all there. So start coming over. If you haven't already, follow me at I Am Doughboy TV so you can get all the, Morning Cup of Dough morning show episodes over here. I think I might have my first guest next week. And we're just going to look to just keep building this, man. I do appreciate all of the positive feedback. My homeboy Zylo called me yesterday. He was like, "Doe, I love the morning show. Keep doing it." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." My homegirl Tasha, they hit me up like, I'm loving the show. I'm like, thank you. So, I know people are watching it. I'm glad that you guys appreciate it. I'm trying to keep it positive. Like, I don't want us to always be talking about the humdrum stuff because what the morning cup of dough is, that's the pick-me-up. When you drink a cup of coffee, you're not drinking a cup of coffee to go to sleep. So I want to be able to, just get you ready for your day. Say some positive things. Matter of fact, let me say some positive things now. You are enough. You are enough. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you are enough. You are valued. You are loved. You are special. You are one of one. Show the world today. Show them. Hold on. Chase Deb said, Clayton Thomas, what happened with Clayton? Shout out Clayton Thomas, the homie. But you are enough. Love those who love you is his name. Hey, okay, got you. Love those who love you. I'm starting daily conversations. I did a great job. Thank you. Oh, no, don't make me cry. Who ain't cutting onions in here? But you are enough. You are great. You are special. You have magic inside of you. All you have to do is unlock it. Do something today that's going to get you closer to where you want to be. Break your goals down in fractions. You have a big goal, break it down to a bunch of little goals. I wouldn't move this, but I got a bunch of goals on my wall. Like, I got a vision board. Like, surround yourself with good people. Eat some good food today. Drink some water. You understand? This is the day that the Lord has made. Yeah. So, yeah, let's let that be the light. Let's let that be the way. Let's let that be the wave. Let's have a good day. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what I wanted to say. It's Friday. What y'all got going for the weekend? What's y'all plans? My daughter got a prom to go to, so I got to, make sure everything is on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? Don't play. Other than that, I'm chilling. I'm going on my 4th day of working out this week, so praise God about that. I've been following my nutritionist plan. Shout out to Fania. So I'm excited about that. And I'm good. What else I got going? DB says T-ball tournament all weekend. Okay. Love those said cooking for my queen. Okay. Chase Dub said go Mavericks. Jay Morris, did I get your email? I did, but I haven't got to listen to it yet because I was super busy shooting. I'm gonna listen to it today. I'm gonna call your phone, bro. I got you. Happy belated birthday too, my boy. Shout out my guy Jay Morris, one of the best producers in the game, producing a lot of music with me. All right, what is everybody else saying? Love those who love you. There we go. Marcus Lee says he got a car show for your car tomorrow. Hey, it's lit. So yeah. Positivity said brunch with my best friend. Hey, there we go. Mind Guide said working and blessed to have a job. I know that. You understand? Blessed to have a job. You damn right. Blessed to get out there and be able to provide for yourself and to provide for your family. Work begets work. Let me tell y'all that. Work begets work. Ever since I started the Morning Dome Morning Show, yesterday I got 2 bookings. No, yet I got booked. Okay, I can make the announcement now because it's official in the ink is dry. I will officially be a regular on All Deaf's Roast This podcast. I was invited by the producer. Shout out to Jade. And I'm super excited about it because I'm back with the squad. I'm there with Billy Sorrells, Brandon Lewis, Ronnie Jordan, and CP. I am elated to be back. And I also have a development deal coming very, very soon with Caffeine. I'll talk more about that later. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag with that. But yes, great things are happening. Roast Patrol is getting edited as we speak. I got another pilot that we're shooting. Shout out to Precious. So there's a lot going on. But the point of what I'm saying is work begets work. Sometimes it could just be clean up your room. That's work. And then that can, you know what I'm saying? Because this year has been a little challenging for me. Last couple of years have been rough. And sometimes it's just, you got to just push through it. And all I know is just to keep working. Just do something. And then other good things will happen. So I'm excited about that. You guys can check me out every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Caffeine for the Roast This podcast. Things are we still got the R&R reboot coming very soon. And just more life, more energy, more abundance, more favor. Just do something. Don't stand still. Slow motion is better than no motion. Just keep your feet moving. Just okay. Just keep going. Keep going. Have a good weekend. And appreciate life. Once again, we're gonna say rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, regardless of how you felt about how he lived. We're gonna respect that man and his death. At least I am. And let that, let if nothing else, let that just be a reminder that life is short. That man was 56, had everything to live for, and by all accounts was super healthy. And he's not here no more. And that's something that we're all gonna face one day. But until you get there, like the great Charlie Brown and Snoopy once said. I remember when Snoopy said, one day we're all gonna die. And Charlie Brown said, yeah, but every other day up until then, we get to live. Think about that. Mind God came through with the $4.99 donation. Bam, 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 bam. I appreciate you. Thank you. Chase Dub said, who's the new R&R co-host? Don't know if I can let that out the bag just yet. And who said it was just one? Maybe it's multiple. I don't know. Ah ha ha, ah ha ha ha. All right, I want to thank you guys. I love all of you. This was a great show. This moved at a tempo that I like. It felt great. The comments and the conversations were amazing. I appreciate you all for spending your morning with me. Now go ahead, get out there, and kick today's ass. Peace.